time for stalling. The wild, wild is calling. When you risk it all, you learn to feel alive. Oh, searching for new life. Oh, reaching for new heights. Whoa, into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, we're taking the dive, deep into the Our dreams on the horizon, our fears leave them behind us now. There's no time for stalling. The wild, wild is calling. Risk it all, you learn to feel alive. Oh, searching for new life. Oh, reaching for new heights. Whoa, into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, taking the dive, deep into the wild. Into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, taking the dive, deep into the wild. Deep into the wild. Deep into the deep into the wild.
What a great year it was at the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce. Before we get started into our meeting tonight, I would like to ask that you all stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Pause. Center. Face. Forward. On. Left. 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 Right. Left. 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 Right. Forward. On.
Thank you, Warsaw High School Junior ROTC. You may be seated. Now, for those of you who still have food, continue to eat. That's fine. But we're going to get started with our presentation, with our evening tonight. So at this time, I would like to ask Elaine Laux to the stage to speak on behalf of Kelly J's Lakeside, our awesome caterer tonight. Did everybody enjoy your food?
Hi again, my name's Elaine Laux. I am a proud resident of Kosciuszko County, and I'm also fortunate to work in the county just down the road with Lutheran Health Network as a physician recruiter. So I'm not here tonight to recruit, but if I do have a physician in the audience that would like to talk to me afterwards, I'd be glad to entertain that. I say that because my boss is over here tonight. So obviously, when you look around, you realize that it takes a village to orchestrate such an event like this, with many busy minds and hands behind the scene. We are most fortunate to have so many small businesses, privately owned, making a difference in Kosciuszko County. And it's demonstrated in tonight in how this function has operated. Rob asked me to share one of those businesses in particular due to their significant contributions to our evening, that being Kelly J's Lakeside. Kelly, under the ownership of Kelly Graff, is also an executive chef, is a name that's been floating around our area for a number of years. First associated with the Checkerberry Inn in Goshen, founded by her parents in 1987. It was eventually, and not to anyone's surprise, that Kelly took over the operations of the kitchen, to later opening a very successful restaurant called Kelly J's Cafe in Goshen as well, a place that she operated for 12 years. Now, finally, us locals say that she figured out that Kosciuszko County was really the place to live and to bring us a new fine dining establishment in downtown Main Street, Syracuse. Can you believe, though, that she did this during a pandemic? And just last week, Kelly and her team celebrated the first year anniversary of operations in Syracuse. The creative and talented staff under Kelly's guidance and Beth Greer's assistance know how to offer vibrant colors, flavors, and a flair of uniqueness when it comes to presentation. All dishes made fresh to order. In gearing up for tonight, mind you, the largest catering event, Kelly has taken on some 400 guests this evening and counting, was also the inclusion of a few more privately owned businesses that played a part under her umbrella in executing this. For example, the beautiful blue hydrangeas that you'll find, the floral arrangements on each of your tables tonight, were designed by Sue Creations in North Webster, owned and operated by Steve and Sue Ward, a business that's been in play since 1982. To our state bird at the buffet, chipped away at City Pure Ice, a company founded and still operated by Bud Lies for 55 years. Though located in LaPorte, Indiana, we're counting him as an honorary Kosciuszko County business tonight because they delivered the Cardinal with the carved out state of Indiana, if you notice that going through the line, here to us tonight in one piece. In closing, if I can ask Kelly in the back to raise your hand. So many people were asking, who's Kelly? There she is. As well as her entire staff who worked endless hours in planning and executing this fabulous dinner for Governor Holcomb, as well as all the other guests attending this dinner tonight. Thank you so much. And again, if we could just applaud the whole staff of Kelly J's Lakeside, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Again, thank you, Kelly, and thank you, staff. You guys did an awesome job. The food was fantastic. So, thumbs up. Appreciate it so much. Bye. Okay. What a great event, right? I mean, this is awesome. I just look around and I see so many smiling faces, so many people that make such a big difference to our community. I can't be more thankful than I am right now. I can tell you that when people ask me about my job, I say I have the best job in the best community in the best state. I am blessed beyond measure. I want to thank all of you for what you mean to me, my team, this community. Like I've said many times, we, you, all of us, we are the chamber. We make the difference in our community. We're the reason, you're the reason why we have a strong community, why we have strong jobs, why we have strong families. It's you. You guys are the chamber. You represent this community well, and I'm proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for your commitment to making this place a great place to live for all of us. So without further ado, let me just say thanks for everybody who made this night possible. And that is going to take me a long time because there's so many people that helped transform this immaculate manufacturing facility into an excellent banquet event center that I think we'll just do for a couple more weeks, right, Rod? Okay, you heard it. Make those checks out to the Kosciuszko Chamber, $100 tickets for the Super Bowl, right? You heard it, right? Okay. So anyway, I just want to say again, thank you to Kelly Jays. I want to say thank you to Reinhold's for the tables and the chairs for Man and Woman of the Year. I want to thank Grace College for the tables and the chairs that you're sitting on, and they provided a bus service to and from Madison Elementary. I want to thank G&G Hauling. Thank you so much for bringing those chairs from Grace College here. I couldn't do it. I am thankful you guys could do it for me. I want to thank Rab Water and Culligan, who provided the water on your tables. I want to really thank Tippy Creek Winery for having the wine on the tables, and if you didn't get it, it's your fault. You had an opportunity. I can tell you that in my 7 years at the Chamber, the only complaint we ever get is there's no alcohol, there's no wine. So we solved that this year. I don't want to see any negative comments on this annual dinner, okay? All right, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank Sleepy Owl for their charcuterie cups. I want to thank Mojo Events for this great stage and the mics, the speakers, the big screen TV behind me. They're doing an awesome job. Thank you, guys. I want to thank Dream On Studios for producing this event and producing it live, so people are watching it streaming right now. And I want to thank Al Dispro for taking pictures. Al, you're the best. All you guys are the best. Thank you. And I want to thank you, the attendees. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules. That means a lot to me. I want to thank our table sponsors, and you can see those table sponsors on every table. This is the most table sponsors we've ever had at the Chamber dinner, and it blows it away. I think the last number was 31, and we're at 45 today. Incredible, and I just thank you guys for showing up, and really, I really appreciate you guys investing in the Chamber and what we do. I want to thank our main sponsors tonight, First Source Bank, 212 Media, Core Mechanical Services, Comcast Business, Dream On Studios, Lutheran Health Network KCH, Network Partners, Robinson Construction, Sylvius Insurance Group, Sim Financial Advisors, and Warsaw Buick GMC. Thank you so much for believing and investing in the Chamber, knowing the impact the Chamber has had and will continue to have on this community. If I can give a round for all those sponsors, I'd appreciate it. And I want to say a special note of thanks to Lake City Bank for being our keynote speaker tonight, for underwriting this whole event, for helping us really help this community grow for 150 years. So we've been around 110, and I believe Lake City Bank started the Chamber. So kudos to you guys for the vision. David, that was all you, right? Sure, okay. So tonight we are so blessed to have our 51st governor of this great state of Indiana with us. So thank you, Governor Holcomb, for being here tonight. And I really look forward to the conversation you two have. And I know in my heart of hearts that this state is heading in the right direction. Speaking of heading in the right direction, your chamber has never had a more successful year. And I think you can see that if you look at your annual report that is on your table or on your chairs when you came in. I encourage you to look through that. just filled with details and all the things we've done. But I'm just going to say engagements, retention, new members, social media, reels, everything was through the roof this year. It was incredible. We had over 4 million people who saw something we did on social media. That's unbelievable in a county of 80,000 with membership just over 600. Incredible how we could get that. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's not because of me, and it's because of my exceptional team. I want to personally thank them for their commitment, their dedication, their creativity, and really buying into the fact that we are stronger as a team. We are stronger than the sum of our parts. So when we come together, that's what this team does, and I'm so proud of them. So I want to introduce them, and I want them to stand up. So Marin, you might want to put that spoon down because you're up first. Our work-based learning student from Warsaw High School is Marin Hart. Marin does a great job making sure people get their jobs because she does fingerprinting at our office. Marin does a couple other things, but that is an awesome job there. Marin, thank you so much. Next, I'd like to recognize Michelle Goebel. Michelle Goebel has been with us nearly 20 years. I believe this is her 20th year, and she is so much more than an operations manager. She makes sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed, and that we are profitable in everything that we do. Because without margin, we don't have a mission. So Michelle, thank you so much for that. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Sherry. Sherry Searles is our Director of Early Childhood Learning and our Child Care Group, or Business Coalition. Yes, and she's doing an awesome job. And again, you'll see that in the annual report. But we had 156 new child care seats added this year. After years of decline, we're starting to stem the tide. And it's because of the work you do, Sherry. Thank you so much for your dedication. Next, I'd like to introduce this crazy guy over here, Scott Wiley. He is the man. He does an awesome job getting in front of the camera, doing whatever Lauren tells him to do. And he is such a good sport. He knows everybody in this room, right, Scott? Pretty much. Lifelong Kosciuszko County resident, Warsaw resident. And Scott is just a blessing to have on our team with your relentless energy, your dedication, and your commitment to this community. Thank you, Scott. And last but certainly not least, I would like to introduce Lauren, who is our, there she is, Director of Marketing and Communication, always holding the camera. Lauren is the one who put together the agenda, who put together the annual report. She's the one who did all the videos you see. Lauren is amazing at saying, this is what I want you guys to do, and then she produces it like that. It literally is a miracle. So Lauren, thank you so much for guiding us and keeping us relevant in this community, making sure stories are being heard so that this community continues to grow. Your team at the Chamber, my team at the Chamber, is positioned to repeat, not just to repeat 2021, but to take it to the next level. We are absolutely fixated on making sure that we tell your stories and getting your message out to the rest of the community. We have a podcast called In the Loop, and you're going to continue to hear more stories on In the Loop about your businesses. So check out In the Loop on your Apple or Android device. A little shameless plug there. You're going to see a lot more videos, some of them goofy, some of them informative, but all of these, they're going to be fun and they're going to be educational. So a lot more to come from the Chamber for 2022. We love sharing your stories. That's why we created Kosciuszko Kudos. So when you do something great in the community, we want to highlight that, and you're going to see more of that. And don't forget, when the pandemic started in 2020, we started To Go Kosciuszko and Support Kosciuszko, two great Facebook groups that get thousands, almost 10,000 interactions still daily on where to go to eat and who's offering the specials in town. And that is kudos to Lauren for having that idea and creating the group. So again, I want to say thank you, Lauren, for doing all of that. Thank you. I also want to thank our ambassadors and our board members, especially for the ones that helped in transforming this space into this beautiful event center that you see it is tonight. Specifically, I want to thank my board for your guidance, your leadership, and your support. It means the world to me. I also want to thank my wife, Renee. Renee, say hi. She didn't know I was going to do that, so she's going to probably kill me later. But Renee, thank you so much for supporting me in my job and everything I do. I got to tell you, when you're at the chamber, you're always on. So whenever we go out shopping locally, somebody comes up to me and asks a question, somebody talks to me about something, and Renee is so patient not to get frustrated with me as I make her waiting somewhere as I'm talking to somebody about something that's happening in our community. So thank you, dear. I love you. And lastly, and certainly not least, I want to thank Rod Meyer, and I want to thank the Nextremity team for what they've done for this community. Man, this is a beautiful building. Your vision, what you guys saw, what you believed in, what you worked for, is absolutely incredible. Your execution on that vision has just been incredible to watch, and how you're impacting the orthopedic industry for good just blows me away. Thank you, Rod, for that vision. Thank you to the rest of the Nextremity team for the use of this space. Please, a round of applause for them. You know, the one thing that we always hear, I think everybody in here probably is going to tell me this, the one struggle that every business has, or nearly every business, is talent and finding workers. And at the Chamber, we have a great resource in Sherry Searles, who's trying to attack one aspect of that, and that is the lack of childcare in our childcare desert in Kosciuszko County. So Sherry's our director of Launchpad, and I would just ask that Sherry come to the podium and she share her heart about Launchpad and the vulnerable children in our community.
Childcare is essential for working families, businesses, and America's economy. Yet for years, parents have struggled to find and afford quality care, while childcare providers barely make ends meet. Affordable, accessible childcare is the key to making any jobs plan possible. And there's one thing everyone can agree on. America is ready to get back to work. It has never been more clear that our nation's economic recovery and long-term well-being depend on a childcare system that works for the families who need it and the hardworking professionals who care for America's young children. We must do better for our kids, for our families, for our caregivers, and for our future. Because America only works with quality childcare.
Good evening. This video shows how essential childcare is to Kosciuszko County, a place that is already back to work. Launchpad is the Kosciuszko County Child Care and Early Learning Coalition with a mission of working with local businesses like you to create more high-quality child care. Tonight, I have good news and I have bad news. Let's start with the bad news. As an employer, I'm sure you already know that we have a shortage of child care seats for the working families in our county. Most of the 1,300 licensed and registered child care seats that we do have are full, which leaves about 1,700 child care seats, or 1,700 children without a seat, and leaves working families with very few options. Maybe those families will be fortunate enough to have a healthy grandparent or a trusted friend or neighbor to care for their most precious asset. Or maybe they'll be forced to drop out of the workforce. Or perhaps they'll take their children to one of the unlicensed child care providers in the county who are operating illegally without any type of oversight. Over the last 10 years, there have been multiple convictions of abuse and neglect in these types of settings in our community. This isn't just a problem, this is a crisis. But we also have good news. Launchpad is making strides to add high-quality seats for the families in our county, In the last 12 months, we partnered with local schools and added 156 new seats. We're so grateful to Wawasee, Whitco, and Lakeland Christian Schools who added childcare not only for their staff children, but for children in the community as well. We have some new partners in 2022 as well, with a local church, Pleasant View Bible Church, that has stepped up to open a new childcare this year. There's also going to be a new licensed center opening in Syracuse, and 2 of our school districts are continuing to add seats as they can. The momentum is high, but more partners are needed. These schools and churches that have stepped out need support. We want to ensure that they don't have to close their doors like so many other programs in the past. Could you be the next Pollywood who formed a partnership with Wawasee Schools? Or maybe the next IMD who's working to open their own licensed childcare home? Or the next business who invests in Launchpad to move our work forward? If our community comes together around this crisis, we can ensure that working parents can be productive employees and children can be in safe, nurturing environments. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Like Sherry mentioned, Launchpad is a coalition of businesses that was formed really with the help of the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation, United Way, and the Chamber. We would not be successful in getting new child care seats in this community without Sherry and her leadership. And if you would like to join our movement, if you would like to be part of something that's greater than yourself, I'd encourage you to reach out to Sherry or myself to make that happen. At this time, I would like to invite David Finley from Lake City Bank, President and CEO of Lake City Bank, to come up and introduce our keynote speaker tonight.
Good evening. I got to admit, I had one thing to say tonight up here, and that was that we were going to celebrate 150 years this year, and Rob took that away from me. But I would be remiss if I didn't make that observation. Our last 2 real historians of Lake City Bank are both in the room tonight. Kevin Deerdorf, who retired from the bank last year, and Alan Decker, who used to run Lake City University. And those 2 guys together were literally the official history keepers of the story of Lake City Bank over the last 150 years. And I'm not sure, Rob, if we really did form the chamber, but we'll take credit for it. And I think, as we're going to hear from Governor Holcomb tonight, we've benefited in Kosciuszko County and in the state of Indiana from an incredibly favorable pro-business environment for a very long period of time. And what Rod and his team have done here at Extremity is just another indication of the entrepreneurialism that exists in this county. We've got 51 offices in 15 counties throughout the state now, but Kosciuszko County is still our home, and it will stay our home. And we're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish here in the last 150 years. So in May, we may actually get around to celebrating it. But tonight, I'm very proud to be able to introduce our keynote, interviewee. And I was specifically instructed to only refer to him as the 51st governor of the state of Indiana. But I'm going to deviate from script, Sam, so sorry about that. Eric Holcomb has been an exceptional leader for this state for the last 5 years. He has led, as we all have in our respective businesses, through 2 years of incredible challenge in the state house, and throughout the country. And what Eric brought with a steady hand and a thoughtful mind, I think has served us very well. And so we're very appreciative to have the 51st governor of the state of Indiana with us tonight, Eric Holcomb. All right, I've always wanted to do this. There was a great Seinfeld when they do a show, and this is my first try at that. I think I want to address a couple things, Governor, that this group is particularly interested in, and as I point to Mayor Tallmer, I will admit that he planted this question. And I know he was down in Indianapolis today, earlier today testifying.
You about to take me to road school?
So US 30. It is critical to this group, and as you know, east to west at the state. I'm curious.
Oh, I know it well.
Yeah, you've heard from us a little bit. What's your perspective on the plan with respect to State Road 30 and its prioritization?
Well, can I first, with all due respect, I mean, this is just such a perfect night, just taking it all in. There's such a energy and vibe. You got it going on. Obviously, you're doing a lot right, so I feel like I'm going to sit up here and tell you what you already know because you're doing it. When you read through the stats and the program, I mean, I hope you don't take that for granted. And just the synergy collected in this room and the results from it. So when you credit the state's made up of communities. And it's a partnership, and so we really appreciate it. And being able to see it and taste it, thank you, Kelly. My wife will be jealous when I tell her what the menu was and the company. Obviously, 30 is a top priority, and in a state like Indiana, fortunately, we have the funding to back that up. The mayor is, it's not just that he's persuasive, and Senator Mishler, very persuasive as well. I literally sat in the governor's office yesterday one-on-one with Ryan. I don't know if he shared that with you today, Mayor, but this is something that's not new to us. It's a top priority. We're going to get it done. It's a huge potential corridor for explosive growth, not just Fort Wayne to Warsaw, but all the way across. And so as we look at those corridor build-outs, we'll make sure it stays as a top priority. And that's why we're entering into the contract and doing the studies. And so when you look around the whole state, a lot of things, you know, you take into consideration traffic count and safety and environmental, and you've got to cross every T and dot every I. We're on our road to getting that done as well.
Thank you. Joe, is that good enough? All right. Here we sit in another example of...
Does he have any wastewater issues or any...
No, we'll bring those up later. We're sitting in another new building related to the orthopedic medical device sector in the orthopedic capital of the world. And as you know, and you've been involved with us in our discussions at OrthoWorks and all the good things that have happened here, how do you look at the orthopedic industry today relative to the future of the state and the role that the state should play in helping us preserve, extend, and grow this orthopedic business?
Well, once again, you can never rest. I mean, obviously, it's a sense of, you've got the word pride up on this banner over here in very large font, hard to miss. So it's an enormous source of pride for the state of Indiana, no matter where I am in the state or the country or around the world. People know of Indiana because of your prowess and heritage. But again, you can never rest. And you have such a success story to tell, and people want to join a winning team. And the more that we, state of Indiana, you can share that, that's a good kind of infection. That's infectious, and it we'll continue to lead with it. We have a number of different sectors in the state of Indiana that really does touch into different parts of the world, markets, et cetera. But obviously RV not too far away, similar reputation, and critically important to our states, not just GDP, but most importantly, to people's opportunity to grow their families here. And that's I've told a number of people, I gotta come back because, I came in tonight hot pretty quickly and, busy day, and I'm gonna be going back, unfortunately. But there's a lot more that I wanna take in, and truly is a model that rests on that orthopedic foundation.
So when you look statewide, but obviously we're sitting in Kosciuszko County now, and think about workforce availability, workforce readiness, population growth a big driver of that. Where do you see the IEDC's initiatives and our broader initiatives statewide going to look for that workforce for the future?
Yeah, you may have come across an article that really kind of got under my skin, I'll just confess. it's called the Great Resignation, and it's not really the Great Resignation. There is an awful lot of churning going on, but when people say, where are the people? They're working. Quite frankly, we're at a 2.7% unemployment rate right now, the lowest in 46 years, 1976. As well as we've got just on the state of Indiana's website, job postings for 152,000 open jobs. And so you start to say, where are we going to find more people to get them in the labor force to raise that participation rate? And obviously we have to, as you know, you've illustrated in your program, you have programs with K through 12, with your school corporations, with colleges, be it Grace or Notre Dame, or for that matter, the University of Southern Indiana. You know, we're a target-rich environment for these industry pipelines coming out of our colleges and universities, Ivy Tech included. We have to recruit, though. Our birth rate, death rate in the state of Indiana from July 1, 2020 to July 1, from 2020 to 2021, July to July, was plus 692. 692 more births than deaths, anemic, right? So how are you going to attract? We, in the state of Indiana, in the Midwest, I mentioned this at the State of the State address, are the 6th fastest growing. We brought in 20,000 people, netted positive 20,000 people. They're coming from other places in large part because opportunity is here. And so we're going to have to make sure that we're constantly trying to recruit more people, more population. That's why you mentioned the IEDC. That's the sole purpose behind the READY program. It was population scarcity, talent attraction. How are we going to get to where people want to live in a community, and therefore that's where they're going to be working close by?
And do we think within the State House and within your office that this theory of people leaving more populated areas, more larger metropolitan areas, coming to other places like Indiana, is that an idea that's going to come true, do we believe, or?
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening here. You know, they said in California they literally ran out of U-Haul trucks. U-Haul said that Indiana was the 6th fastest inbound migratory pattern in the state in the country, the 6th best. And so once you get outside of the South, Texas, Florida, and the West, where they're literally in droves fleeing to those other western states, including, you know, Idaho and Arizona and all the usual suspects, but around them, Indiana, the Midwest lost 93,000 people, 12 states. We gained 20,000, right? We popped out. That Midwest goes from South Dakota all the way to Ohio. And so when Michigan's losing north of 10,000, Ohio lost, Illinois lost 113,000 in that year period. We gained 20,000. It's draining to Indiana in a good way. We need that times 8 to keep up with the opportunity that's here.
Well, we can attest in Kosciuszko County where unemployment is hovering closer to 1.5%. RV companies from Elkhart are coming here to build plants to attract the workforce from Wabash County. And so it's clearly something that we need to continue to focus on. I'm curious, you talk about the net migration into the state, and when you go around the country and have meetings with other governors, individually and large groups, what's the one or two things you hear from them the most that they think of Indiana?
Competition. I mean, when we get together, and I get together with them on a fairly, regular basis, quarterly with my Republican gubernatorial cohorts, and then probably twice a year with the National Governors Association, both sides of the aisle. We hold our own. We punch above our weight. They know that. First of all, I mean, usually I would say 3 things. 1, we're friends. 2, we're competitive. 3, we're different. And those are all good. I mean, so when I say we're friends, you catch up personally. You like to see how folks' lives are unfolding and how the family's doing, et cetera. We text each other a lot, so it's a very kind of friendly basis. 2, we're competitive, and at the Republican Governors Association, we rotate, but I was the chair of the policy committee. And so we share or steal others' successes and policy ideas. And, you know, a couple days ago, the governor of the governor of Iowa, we were ranked #1 in a certain category. They jumped up 7 spots. And I said, congratulations, Kim. I feel you creeping up on the pole position, but just understand we know a lot about racing in Indiana, and we know how to keep the lead. So, and she wrote back, you're hard to catch, but we're out to do it. And that's just kind of in a text summarizes where we are.
Right. So in that same vein, what's the one thing you've come away from those meetings recently and said to your team, we've got to do better?
Well, I would say workforce development is critically important. It is, and it's, you know, you've talked about it already. We saw it in the video. How do we skill up? There's a couple things. One, health is wealth, and 2, the more you learn, the more you earn. They're very basic statements. I get it, but they're true. And when I say learn, I don't mean you have to get 4 doctorates. I mean you've got to skill up for the job, hopefully that you're passionate about, that you like being at work, that there's a culture there that pulls you to work for your contribution. So we have to make sure, as a state like Indiana, our health matters across the board in terms of cost, in terms of access, childcare, as you know, all these things factor into whether they propel you or hold you back.
And so as you think about, and obviously at some level we're putting COVID behind us, whether or not it's truly behind us or not, and you look at what needs to be prioritized and accomplished from this point forward in the balance of your second term, what are the priorities you've got?
Well, I mean, it should be no surprise. I try to be disciplined and focused. And so we won't be herky-jerky about this or zigzag just because of COVID. We've been managing our way through COVID from day one. Obviously, there's been more challenging days throughout that process than others, but we've sought to have a balanced approach. And we never lost sight of what our priorities were, and that being, how do we pay attention to our economic development efforts? How do we, our community development efforts and our workforce development efforts? Those 3 fronts. Having said that, and it's not because of COVID necessarily, because we had our best year last year in many respects in different categories, but we are in a unique time of multiple transitions and modernization efforts. And for a state like Indiana, right where we sit, the epicenter, as you mentioned earlier, a state like Indiana that is #1 per capita in the country in terms of manufacturing, we better be #1 in advanced manufacturing 10 years from now. We have the luxury financially right now, or we benefit from occupying the position where we can afford to make targeted investments into helping our corporate citizens continue to modernize, as I look around right here. But there are multiple transitions going on, and that forces us, if we're going to be getting deals, big deals done in various sectors, there's an energy transition going on, there's, when you go after chip and semiconductors, these are different types of deals that we haven't competed for previously. And when you start making transmissions one day and the next day you're making something else, you better be ready for it. And the IEDC, or Indiana Economic Development Corporation, better have the right toolkit. I'll share this. You and I, are history lovers. And my family has deep roots in Knox County. I have the front page of the Vincennes Sun commercial, where Lincoln, by the way, saw his first printing press in Vincennes. That's where our ancestors' roots grow deep. I have the front page of the Sun commercial from 1948, where my great-grandfather was in the door jamb of a blacksmith, him and his 2 brothers, who immigrated from Europe in the 1800s, opened up a blacksmith shop. They were interviewing my great-grandfather about all that has changed in Oaktown, Indiana, outside of Vincennes. And could he describe his impression? And he talked about, he was very optimistic, and he said, "The good Lord gaveth and replaced it with rubber." And he said, I used to work on horses and buggies, and now I'm working on tractors, and you see those brick buildings out there, they used to be framed. They're not going to burn the same way, the previous buildings did. And he said, and, the boy here, and he points down, he says, the boy here, he's making things already with his hands. The boy is my dad, who's about 5 years old. He said he's making things with his hands like airplanes. My dad went to Vincennes University, then to Purdue University, and he retired from Rolls-Royce, spent a career just trying to get aircraft to fly higher and faster. He learned it on a dirt floor in a blacksmith shop, right? And saw all the difference that was occurring outside the door jam in Oaktown.
So the governor and I were talking at dinner about us both being history majors, as he's just made reference to, and one of us has ended up pretty successfully, and we'll let you decide who that is. No, but
it turned out pretty good for you too.
Yeah, it's okay for both of us. But I pointed to Lisa O'Neill, our chief financial officer, when you're talking about number one in manufacturing, because I hope you hear this enough. For organizations that reside in Indiana like we do, and we have to talk about Indiana's economy all the time, number one bullet point on our slide about the state is number one state in manufacturing in the country. And that's immensely important and a point of pride in this county, but also throughout the state. So when you go to bed every night and sit there and think, I'm worried about something, what are you most worried about for the state of Indiana as we go forward?
It depends on the night. It really does. So much in this job, it offers two different things. One, it offers an enormous opportunity to do good on a scale like few others. I never take that for granted. Two, a lot of information comes to you every single day. And you try to, as we discussed, live in the moment and understanding the decisions that you're making right now and that you're learning from right now. That's going to be history soon, but it's going to affect the future. And so I learn about traffic accidents, I learn about fires, I learn about deaths, I learn about police shootings, I learn about, and all over the state of Indiana. I also learn about cyber attacks. I also learn about, we just processed through 7,201 Afghan evacuees who put their lives on the line for America for years through Camp Atterbury. They look at Camp Atterbury like they're Ellis Island. And their fear, when I would talk to them one-on-one, was, I have to have a job before I leave here. I have to work. I have to provide. I need to get skilled up in this new country, right? And so it depends on the day and the issues that I'm dealing with. But you get a cyber attack threat,
right?
And with everything that's going on right now with Russia and the Ukraine, and that's heating up, and there stuff happens, and you have to be able to respond to it. So, but if there was just one constant theme, it's how are we skilling up our workforce and increasing that labor participation rate.
So that's a perfect entree to the promotion of the fact that we get those 7,000 Afghan immigrants a path to Ivy Tech, to find their training in their career. So
we were the only state in the country with one of these safe havens bases. When they arrived here, we sent our Department of Workforce Development permanently to be on the base.
Great.
Permanently.
Well, we want to thank you for being here tonight. You've been here several times in the last few years. The people of Kosciuszko County really appreciate what you've done for us, what you've done for the state. I conclude with one question that I've wanted to ask you since the day I met you, and I get to do it right here. What's up with the boots? You
want the long story or the... I'm a Taurus, I'm stubborn, I'm not changing. You know, it's interesting, this is a true story, when I was sworn in, after I first got elected, sworn in, drove to the State House the first day, and state troopers here they'll tell you if I'm fibbing. We stopped at McDonald's before I went into the office, and someone asked me if I was gonna still wear boots now that I'm governor. And I said, I am not changing who I am. My wife and I, we had a long talk about if we do this, we're not changing who we are. And so I came in them, I'm going to leave in them, and they fit like a glove.
Well, so far, so good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Holcomb. If everybody could have a seat, and I'm going to have a few people stand up. Anybody who is an elected official, would you please rise? Yes. Thank you so much for your dedication and your commitment to making this world a better place, one vote at a time. So thank you so much. Thank you, Governor. You know, if the pandemic taught us anything, it's how to be flexible, how to pivot. So we had to do that tonight a little bit, and we're going to get back on schedule a little bit with, next I'd like to invite our 2021 Board Chair, Monica Kendrick with Zimmer Biomet, to conduct our annual meeting.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Monica Kendrick, and it has been my pleasure and honor to serve as your Chamber Board Chair for the past year. Before we get started, though, with the business meeting, Rob had the opportunity to recognize his staff, and I think we would be remiss if we did not also recognize Rob for his leadership and commitment to our community. So please join me in thanking Rob. Rob, it has been a real pleasure working with you last year, and we're all really looking forward to a more successful 2022. Thank you. Well, let's hop right into the business meeting and get this portion over with as quickly as we can so we can get to the fun stuff. So we have a few things that we need to conduct, and first we're going to start with the nominating committee has recommended the following individuals join the Kosciuszko Chamber Board of Directors for a 3-year term. So please stand when I call your name and then remain standing. Marlene Butanzas from INPAC, Kim Finch from Kosciuszko Community Hospital, Anna Foster from Miller's Health Systems, Sandra Para from Old National Bank, Tara Robinson from Bowen Center, Jack Stambaugh from Chore Time Brock, and then Chris Wiggins from Lake City Bank. So please stand if I've called your name. Great. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the nomination of the new board members of the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce. Oh, we have a second right here. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you. You can be seated now. The nominating committee has also recommended the following individuals to serve as the 2022 Executive Committee. So please stand as I call your name and also remain standing. For Chair, Doug Haynes from First Source Bank. The Chair-elect, Jeff Fawcett from Grace College and Seminary. the treasurer, Jason Richardson from Northwest Bank, and then immediate past chair, Monica Kendrick from Zimmer Biomet. So I'm also looking for a motion to approve the nomination of this new executive committee for the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce. We have a second right here, great. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Great, thanks so much. You can be seated. Thank you all for agreeing to work on behalf of our area businesses and the community by serving on the Chamber Board. It's also my pleasure to introduce the remainder of the Board of Directors. So also, when I say your name, please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Doug Baumgartner from Grace College and Seminary. Robin Palmer from Crossroads Bank. Tarina Agler from Daylight. Stephen Damon from the Kosciuszko Community Hospital. Jake Furby of Core Mechanical Services. Tony Garza from the Garza Law Office. Dr. David Hoffert, Warsaw Community Schools. Ryan Hoffman from Chase Bank. Ryan Martin from Louis Dreyfus. Brian Peterson Real Estate. Dave Phelps from 212 Media Studios. And Jeffrey Rocket from Parkview, Warsaw. Josh Silvius of Silvius Insurance Group. Matthew Teven from Seymour Midwest. Angie Tom, Robinson Construction. Zach Tucker, Maple Leaf Farms. John Warren, Crossroads Bank and Main Street, Warsaw representative. And finally, Ryan Zimmerman from Hollywood. So thank you all for serving as a Chamber Board member. You all can be seated. The Chamber has 6 committees that each help meet a need in our community. I'd like to thank each of the committee chairs for their hard work in 2021. Tony Garza, leading the Latino Coalition. Dr. David Hoffert led the Public Policy Committee. Jeff Fawcett and Ryan Zimmerman, the Education Workforce Development Committee. Doug Haynes led the Ambassadors. Josh Silvius, Young Adult Professionals. And Jeffrey Rocket and Stephen Damon led the Health and Wellness Committee. So thank you all for your service. And lastly, I'd like to recognize our retiring board members who have each served 2 terms. Stephen Damon, Anthony Garza, Matthew Teven, and John Warren. Doug Baumgartner, who served as our board chair in 2020 and on the executive committee from 2016 to 2021. And Robin Palmer, who served as our treasurer and on the executive committee from 2019 to 2021. So thank you all for your service. Now I'd like to invite Lauren Klusman, Marketing Communications Manager of the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce, to present the Ambassador of the Year Award. Thank you.
Our ambassadors are representative of the Chamber's diverse membership. These dedicated individuals volunteer their time and talent to assist the Chamber with a variety of initiatives throughout the year. Not only do our ambassadors support the Chamber, but they also support our members by attending ribbon cuttings, promoting them within our community, and welcoming new members to the Chamber. Currently, we have over 50 active Chamber ambassadors, who we often refer to as an extension of our staff. As we all know, the past 2 years have been unique and challenging years. To say that we are proud of the way our ambassadors have continued to show their support for our community would be an understatement. They have shown up for us and our members far more than we could have asked or expected of them. I would like to take a moment to recognize our 2021 top 10 Chamber ambassadors. I believe most of you are here this evening, so please stand when I read your name. Scott Allison, W.R. Hall Insurance. Scott Clay, Napa Auto Parts. David Kroll, Vector On-Site CPAs. Glenn Hall, Kosciuszko Home Care and Hospice. Doug Haynes, First Source Bank. Corbin Holtzberry, Lake City Bank. Heather Lardino, First Source Bank. Brittany Lyon, Titus Funeral Home. Sandra Parra, Old National Bank. And Brandon Stewart, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. I know I speak on behalf of the entire Chamber staff when I say we greatly appreciate everything you do to support the Chamber and our community. You may be seated. Each year, we honor one of these outstanding individuals as our Ambassador of the Year. This award is given out based on event attendance and level of commitment to the Chamber and our members. This year was by far one of our hardest decisions. This year's recipient attended 62 Chamber-related events in 2021, invested countless hours supporting our members, and greatly exceeded our expectations of them. This year's recipient showed genuine interest in each and every business we visited, recognized, and welcomed into our community this year. Our Ambassador of the Year truly cares a great deal about Kosciuszko County and our business community. Please help me honor and congratulate our 2021 Ambassador of the Year, Heather Lardino from First Source Bank.
Like I said, in COVID, we kind of have to pivot, so I am John Warren, and I am presenting the Young Adult Professional sponsored by Crossroads Bank. On behalf of Crossroads Bank, who is unable to be here tonight, I will be presenting this year's Young Adult Professional Award. Each year, this award honors an individual under the age of 40 who is employed in Kosciuszko County and has achieved a level of success and excellence in their field that's recognizable. They have demonstrated leadership, initiative, and dedication in pursuing their careers and their commitments outside of work. This year's recipient is often described as friendly, with a kind personality and a natural affinity for providing compassionate care. He has served families in Kosciuszko County during all stages of life and has an out-of-the-box approach to community involvement. He is a dynamic young leader who is willing to learn and do whatever it takes to succeed. Our Young Adult Professional of the Year has been involved with the Warsaw Breakfast Optimist Club, served on the board of Kosciuszko Home Care and Hospice, and is an avid supporter of Chapman Lake Association. He has also been a supporter of the Tim Tebow Foundation's Night to Shine event for children with special needs. He is a first-time business owner who stepped into his role with great enthusiasm and dedication. He took over an organization with a long history of excellence in Kosciuszko County and found a way to make it even greater. Previously serving our community as a paramedic, our Young Adult Professional of the Year decided to fulfill a longtime goal by attending mortuary school to become a funeral director. Since taking ownership of Titus Funeral Home, he has expanded the organization's community outreach and visibility through events such as the Easter Egg Extravaganza, law enforcement and first responder appreciation luncheons, holiday remembrance services, and Christmas photos for families in Kosciuszko County, and much more. He impacts lives at a whole different level. Please help me congratulate our 2021 Young Adult Professional, Corey Benz. Now I'd like to invite Monica Kendrick back to the stage. Monica Kendrick with Zimmer Biomet to present the Government Excellence Award.
Hello. On behalf of all those at Zimmer Biomet, we are proud to sponsor and present this year's Government Excellence Award. This award recognizes overall effectiveness by a government employee for the citizens and businesses of Kosciuszko County. This year's recipient has long held the reputation of being a highly knowledgeable and valuable county employee. Whether he is assisting customers who are residents, school districts, or contractors, he consistently demonstrates an efficient, professional, and high-quality customer service to all. He is a wonderful example of the importance of customer service and the value of serving your community with tremendous class. Something that sets him apart from others is his dedication to his field. He has worked with the Kosciuszko County Historical Society to map cemeteries and gravestones in Kosciuszko County and served as the Indiana Geological Information Council President in 2008 and 2009. As the president, he was one of 5 original signers of the letter requesting data from each Indiana county for the Data Harvest Program. He currently holds the position of Kosciuszko County's Geographic Information System Director, and his service was recently highlighted by receiving the David C. Ford Award. This award, given in the state of Indiana, is the highest award in the Geographic Information System arena. The fact that he was nominated for this state award by his peers, the fellow county employees, serves as an emphasis to what his service to Kosciuszko County means to all. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Government Excellence Award recipient, Bill Holder.
Next, I'd like to invite Sandra Parr from Old National Bank to the stage to present the Making a Difference Award.
Bob's Automotive for starting the Kosciuszko County sign wars between local businesses and always bringing positivity to our community. Chore Time Brock for generously donating their time and money to local nonprofits and helping to feed a hungry world. Live Well Kosciuszko for helping people receive support for issues or challenges they may be facing, both personally or within their organization. This award is sponsored by Old National Bank.
Each year, it is an honor for Old National Bank to present the Making a Difference Award. This award is given to a business, non-for-profit, or service organization that has made a significant impact on Kosciuszko County. I am pleased to announce that the winner of the 2021 Making a Difference Award is Chore Time Brock. Chore Time Brock is a leading global designer, manufacturer, and marketer of solutions developed with the goal of equipping its customers to join in helping to feed a hungry world. For nearly 65 years, the company has been headquartered in Milford, Indiana, and now employs 3,000 people worldwide. As a company, Chore Time Brock believes in giving back to the community in a variety of ways. Days of Caring projects, food collections for the Milford area charities, Kosciuszko County Cancer Care Fund, United Way, and numerous long-term efforts with Cardinal Services. Cardinal Services, a local non-for-profit organization, has enjoyed a 35-year relationship with Chore Time Brock, encompassing their generous ongoing financial support as well as employee volunteer hours in projects at Cardinal Services. In addition to the meaningful work, they contract to Cardinal Services CCI Manufacturing. In fact, Chore Time Brock is CCI's largest contract customer and has been for decades. Cardinal CCI workers regularly assemble between 8 and 9 million Chore Time Brock parts each year. Chore Time Brock has truly made a difference in Kosciuszko County. Here to accept the award for making a difference is Mindy Brooks.
Now it's my pleasure to invite Glenn Hall from Kosciuszko Home Care and Hospice to the stage to present the Launchpad Family Friendly Business Award.
The nominees for Launchpad Family Friendly Business include Whitco Community Schools for opening Little Cats Early Learning Center, which offers high-quality childcare to their employees. Lakeland Christian Academy Preschool for offering a quality preschool experience that is unique to Kosciuszko County. Instrumental Machine and Development for working diligently to find a solution for the childcare needs of their staff and using their voice for all businesses in Kosciuszko County. This award is sponsored by Kosciuszko Home Care and Hospice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Kosciuszko Home Care and Hospice is honored to sponsor and present the Launchpad Family Friendly Business Award. This award is given to a county business that provides innovative and creative solutions to support their employees' family and child care needs. I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the 2021 Launchpad Family Friendly Business Award is Instrumental Machine and Development, or IMD. IMD has been working diligently to find a solution for the child care needs of their staff. After surveying their employees to determine the needs, they began exploring options with the Launchpad. They began a partnership with Early Childhood Alliance, a nonprofit organization that has been providing high-quality child care for over 60 years in Northeast Indiana. Even after running into barriers in zoning and licensing that have prohibited them from their plan to create a licensed child care home for their employees, IMD has persevered and continued to work tirelessly towards this goal. In the meantime, they have become financial supporters of Launchpad, joined the coalition, attended zoning meetings where ordinances have been changed, and they've spoken to legislators about this need and the barriers that businesses face in Kosciuszko County. IMD has a desire to see their employees succeed financially and plan to subsidize childcare for them so it's affordable. They're determined to provide not just any seats, but high-quality and educational childcare seats. Leadership from IMD have toured other sites around Indiana to get a better idea of what that high-quality childcare looks like. They continue to educate themselves on this issue and are using their voice for all businesses in Kosciuszko County. Here to accept the 2021 Launchpad Family Friendly Business Award are Todd Spiker and Muriel McFarland.
Next, I'd like to invite Karina Ladd from PNC Bank to the stage to present the Main Street Impact Award.
The nominees for Main Street Impact: Kensington Digital Media, for being an instrumental part of our community for nearly 75 years, and their commitment to promoting Warsaw's Central Business District. Forte Residential, for investing in the beautification of their building and improving the overall aesthetics of downtown Warsaw. Clevenger Insurance, for consistently encouraging the Kosciuszko County community to shop local. This award is sponsored by PNC.
PNC is honored to sponsor the very first Main Street Impact Award. This award is presented to a business who has made a significant impact on downtown Warsaw. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2021 Main Street Impact Award is Kensington Digital Media and their 3 radio stations, 107.3 WRSW, Willie 103.5, and News Now Warsaw 1480 AM and 99.7 FM. For nearly 75 years, WRSW AM and FM has been the reflection of Warsaw and Kosciuszko County. With the addition of Willie 103.5 in 2006, the 3 radio stations have brought our community news, information, local sports, as well as a variety of music and fun. Through the years, they have done a tremendous job of supporting our community and specifically downtown Warsaw. They have conducted live broadcasts during First Friday events, supported local merchants at the Farmers on Center Street on Saturday mornings, and partnered with Warsaw Parks Department to promote the concerts in Central Park. They also bring hundreds of community members downtown for their annual kickoff to Ornament Smash Bash. I had to practice that one. And the downtown to Christmas tree lighting. Kensington Digital Media consistently encourages Kosciuszko County residents to shop at the wonderful merchants we have in downtown Warsaw. They are the driving force behind the current Shop a Store with a Door campaign, educating listeners on the power of shopping local. In addition to supporting our downtown merchants, Kensington Digital Media has supported many nonprofit organizations. For the past decade, they have raised over $200,000 each year for children's hospitals with their Riley Radio Days and the St. Jude Radiothon. For over 25 years, they have helped those in need by hosting a foodathon for combined community services and collect thousands of toys annually for Toys for Tots so that no child will go without a gift on Christmas. Here to accept the award is Woody Zimmerman and Chris Lake.
Thank you. I know that was a mouthful. So.
Now I'd like to invite Mitch Goon from Horizon Bank to present the Rising Star Award.
The nominees for Rising Star: Carmen Flores, Foundational Apparel by Ruby Ribbon, for developing her side job into a thriving full-time gig and becoming one of the top performing sales reps. Hoplore Brewing Company, for expanding their business and opening a second location in Warsaw. Blue Barn Berry Farm, for their tremendous business growth and the impactful, innovative ideas they bring to Kosciuszko County. This award is sponsored by Horizon Bank.
Horizon Bank is honored to sponsor and present the Rising Star Award this evening. This award celebrates Kosciuszko County's highest performing new company and recognizes them for exponential growth and performance in their early years. The recipient of this award demonstrates an understanding of their competitors, customers, in the markets they operate in, and they have the foundations in place for continued success. I am pleased to announce the recipient of the 2021 Rising Star Award is Blue Barn Berry Farm. Over the past 4 years, Blue Barn Berry Farm has grown from a quaint U-pick blueberry patch to one of the fastest growing and thriving agritourism businesses in the Midwest. In 2018, they opened their indoor-outdoor lakeside event pavilion where they host 80 to 90 events annually. When COVID pandemic hit, Blue Barn pivoted their business to help the community. They began delivering produce for people who were unable to or afraid to leave their homes at no cost. The response was overwhelming and soon led to the creation of Blue Barn Fresh, Kosciuszko County's local grocery and produce delivery service. 2 years later, Blue Barn Fresh has done over 4,000 deliveries and continues to grow rapidly. In 2021, they launched their latest endeavor, Blue Barn Fundraising, with the ambitious goal of donating over $1 million to the local community. By creating fundraising packages, they have already been able to raise over $10,000 for local nonprofits, with many more lined up for this year. Blue Barn Berry Farm continues to focus on creating great tourism experience. In 2021, they were voted #1 in Kosciuszko County on TripAdvisor, and 2022 is on track to be the best year yet. Here to accept the 2021 Rising Star Award is Chris and Shanda Sheeran.
Now I'd like to invite my good friend Rich Haddad from K21 Health Foundation to the stage to present the Community Development Award.
The nominees for Community Development: G&G Hauling and Excavating, for working towards fulfilling a housing need in Kosciuszko County and playing an integral part in many community projects over the last 55 years. The Town of Winona Lake, for improving our community through projects such as greenways, roundabouts, and a new ice rink. Kosciuszko REMC, for connecting people in rural Kosciuszko County and surrounding communities through their fiber-to-the-home internet network, Kosciuszko Connect. This award is sponsored by the K21 Health Foundation.
Good evening. The K21 Health Foundation is honored to sponsor this year's new Community Development Award. Development is the fuel for our opportunities in the future for both businesses and residents. And at K21, our focus is on health and wellness to both bring about improvement and development. So we all have a part in seeing the future of our community thrive and grow. This award is presented to a business in recognition of their outstanding contribution to community development in Kosciuszko County. It highlights innovative ideas that enhance and contribute to the forward progress of our community. And I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of the 2021 Community Development Award is G&G Hauling and Excavating. For over 55 years, G&G Hauling and Excavating has been a leading contributor to community development in Kosciuszko County. Recently, they did the excavation of the new Sunset Pavilion and Ice Rink in Winona Lake, developed the Warsaw Technology Park that this building is in, and currently they are working on the excavation for Parkview Hospital in Warsaw. In 2021, G&G spearheaded the creation of a new housing community called Gateway Grove. Upon completion, the development will include 72 homes and single-family homes with many amenities. They have partnered with a local builder to complete this project, which will help fill a housing need in Kosciuszko County. Each year, G&G has a hand in around 50 large projects and somewhere between 50 and 75 smaller projects. They have worked with many local organizations on development projects over the years, including Fellowship Missions, Warsaw Community Schools, Habitat for Humanity, and Warsaw Housing Authority, just to name a few. And if I might add, they were instrumental in helping us build the K-21 Health Services Pavilion several years ago, so thank you. Where G&G has arguably made one of the biggest impacts is through their commitment to community service. In 2021, G&G logged over 320 hours of volunteer time and have a goal of reaching 380 in 2022. They have volunteered with local fire and police departments at the Kosciuszko County 4-H Fair, as well as many other community events. They were a big help in setting up the Launchpad pop-up childcare during the pandemic. And they even picked up and delivered the tables and chairs you're sitting in tonight, as was noted earlier. It would be hard to find an area of Kosciuszko County where G&G has not made a significant impact. Here to accept the award are Carrie and Rich Groninger.
Now I'd like to invite Chris Wiggins from Lake City Bank to the stage to present the Business of the Year Award.
The nominees for Business of the Year: Wildman, for their significant impact on our community through their donations of time and resources, and for creating a culture of working for a purpose. Core Mechanical Services, for continuously growing their business at an impressive rate and providing a positive work environment for their employees. Warsaw Buick GMC, for being a strong and generous supporter of the Kosciuszko County community. This award is sponsored by Lake City Bank.
Good evening. Lake City Bank is proud to sponsor the Business of the Year Award. This award is presented to a Kosciuszko County business that has demonstrated exemplary leadership, business growth, and service to our community. It is my great honor to announce that the 2021 Kosciuszko County Business of the Year is Core Mechanical Services. Owner Jake Furby entered into the building trades industry at the age of 14. In January 2014, Jake felt he could put his skills to good use and build a successful company if he simply relied on a few core values. In fact, those core values are still what drives the company to be successful today. Let me read to you their mission statement. Exceptional service through unparalleled communication, craftsmanship, and relationship. Much like many mission statements, this one sounds good. Exceptional service, unparalleled communication, craftsmanship, and relationship. Those are all qualities each of us would love to receive from anyone we hire. But can a company really deliver on all of these promises? Our winner certainly can and does live by these words. From the very beginning of my conversation with Jake, the theme was clearly centered around teamwork and relationships. Jake expressed that the company had been able to grow to over 80 team members because of the talented people that are on the team today. He has relied on and trusted people that are on the team to expand the company's services because of the many skills and relationships that they bring with them. Let me take it one step further to prove to you that our winner lives by these core values. Core Mechanical Services actually designed a secondary logo, similar to the bright green one with the circular arrows that we see on trucks and vans all over town. This secondary logo, however, consists of a circle with arrows pointing around that circle to these three words: team, customer, and company. These words then surround the word united. A banner with this logo hangs in the company shop. Jake explained the secondary logo to me like this: if the company takes care of the team will take care of the customer, and the customer then takes care of the company. This cyclical pattern is what makes a relationship work. If this is the case, then all of the groups are united with a common interest and all benefit from a good relationship. Core Mechanical Services specializes in refrigeration, heating, air conditioning, service, repair, plumbing, design build, industrial piping, metal fabrication, welding, mechanical insulation, scaffolding, and engineering. How are they able to service all these different yet trade-related industries? They service their customers with an exceptional team and by living by their mission statement: exceptional service through unparalleled communication, craftsmanship, and relationship. Please join me in congratulating the team at Core Mechanical Services as the 2021 Business of the Year Award recipient. Accepting is Jake Furby.
We're down to the final two, the men and the woman of the year. Now I'd like to invite David Sloan from Times Union to the stage to announce this year's 2021 Woman of the Year, sponsored by First Source Bank and by the Times Union.
Winning the award was very much a surprise to me, and I was very honored to receive it, particularly when I look back at the previous winners and the significant impact all of them had made on the community.
It was always a prestigious award. I remember seeing other people get it. So I was really thrilled to get it, but one of the things I enjoyed most was the fact that, of course, it was kept secret by my family and everybody here at WRSW, but we really talked a little bit about my community things that I'm involved in. It was a great honor. I really did appreciate it, and I was totally surprised.
There were so many deserving candidates for Woman of the Year that I was nominated and selected was surprising, rewarding, humbling. It still amazes me. To be in a group of amazing women such as Jean Northerner, Joe Lemon, Avis Gunter, Rita Schobert, Rita Price, Imogene Cannon, Marianne Cox, women whose fingerprints are on the face of our community, it is such an honor to be among that group.
As I reflect back on the evening that I was chosen as Woman of the Year, I was totally shocked. And I sat there and listened to them describe this individual, and all I could think was, oh my gosh, she's either crazy or she's just really busy. The recognition to be chosen by your peers is quite an honor. And I've said this a million times, and I truly believe that it does take a whole village to accomplish our goals. It can't be one individual. It takes all of us coming together within our community to make Warsaw, Kosciuszko County, a successful place to live.
This award is sponsored by First Source Bank and Times Union.
Good evening. I'm David Sloan, Managing Editor, Times Union, and I am excited to present this year's prestigious Woman of the Year Award to an individual who has greatly impacted Kosciuszko County. Our Woman of the Year is giving, charitable, and community service minded. She is a leader that is organized, communicative, and always gives positive guidance. She is easy to work with and makes everyone feel appreciated. Her passion often goes unnoticed because of her humble nature. One nominator said, "She has been heavily involved in her community for many years and is a great example of the wonderful people in Kosciuszko County that give selflessly of their time. She has always been a model of service to the community in her role as a residential mortgage lender, working to help people achieve their home ownership dreams. She also serves on the board of Habitat for Humanity of Kosciuszko County, helping families with challenges attain home ownership. Beyond that, she has been a tireless volunteer and community advocate for all things Leesburg. She has organized the annual Memorial Day Parade and memorial services honoring our veterans for many years. A second nominator says, "I have several family members who served in the military. It warms my heart to know of her dedication and many years of faithfully organizing the parade. At a time in her life when many would think they had given enough to the community, she keeps on giving. These small town events are one of the treasures that make Kosciuszko County a great place to live, and she always brings a positive spirit to any activities in which she participates. Our Woman of the Year is a lifelong resident of Leesburg and a graduate of Leesburg High School. She comes from a family that is giving, charitable, and community servants, a family that has been a backbone of civic responsibility in Leesburg for many years. At given times, she attends council meetings when they seek her input, and she offers assistance whenever she is needed for the betterment of the town. She has been instrumental in getting several downtown Leesburg buildings listed on the National Historic Register, including the Town Hall building. In recent years, she has continued her leadership as the co-chair of the Leesburg Christmas celebration. She often cooks dinners for local fundraisers, Vacation Bible School, and children's ministry programs. She has spent countless hours volunteering at food stands at the county fair to raise money for local projects and is always there for her neighbors during their time of need. Please help me welcome to the stage a true matriarch of the town of Leesburg and Kosciuszko County, our 2021 Woman of the Year, Sue Charlton.
As you can tell, this is quite a shock, but thank you for the recognition, and it's always a privilege. We've got a really great little community and a great county, so thank you very much.
It is so much fun to see the surprise and the impact that that work has on people's lives. It always touches my heart so much. Thank you, Sue, for all you've done. We really appreciate it here in this community. What you've done for Leesburg is amazing. Next, I'd like to invite Doug Haynes from First Source Bank to the stage to announce the 2021 Man of the Year Award, sponsored by First Source Bank and the Times Union.
Giving back to the Warsaw and Kosciuszko County community has always been important to me. Being recognized for those efforts was a tremendous honor and very humbling.
Winning the Man of the Year completely shocked me. I had no idea that it would, that somebody had put me up for Man of the Year. And when I heard my name, I couldn't believe it.
It was very humbling, obviously, to receive that prestigious award, but it, I think, is a reflection of how giving and supportive this community is, because nothing that I did by myself. So we've just got a very loving and caring community.
The Man of the Year award meant a ton to me because at that time I was working a full-time job during the day at the Bowen Center, and I was also the executive director of Baker Youth Clubs. At that time we were really growing. We had 16 clubs around the county for Baker Youth Clubs, and we even had a midnight club for second shift workers that lasted until 3 a.m. Those were long days, and it was just really nice that the community noticed and appreciated the effort. Thank you.
This award is sponsored by First Source Bank and Times Union.
Good evening, I'm Doug Haynes. I'm the Warsaw City President for First Source Bank, and I'm honored to present this year's prestigious Man of the Year Award to an individual who has made a significant impact on our community. Our Man of the Year has proven again and again his unwavering commitment to Kosciuszko County. He makes sure to give opportunities to others, and in turn, those individuals have gone on to make a significant impact on our community. He has created a culture of transformative leadership and allows those who work with his organization to grow and fulfill the same mission. Over the years, he's had a major impact on the state of Indiana and its residents. His passion came early in his career as he was helping patients with mental illness integrate back into their communities when state hospitals and county homes were no longer viable options. He could see that people with any kind of struggle could thrive in the community with the right support. Since then, he has expanded his knowledge by becoming involved in local and statewide initiatives. He is not only an advocate, but also a teacher to others with the same passion. He has often been quoted as saying, "We say yes when others say no." His can-do attitude is infectious and inspires all who know him. He's truly a remarkable leader and a role model. Our Man of the Year has not only met the mental health needs of the community, but he's also created many jobs in Kosciuszko County. He has grown his organization from a staff of 100 in 1989 to around 1,500 in 2021. When he started at the organization, it was on the brink of bankruptcy. He took the company from a patient revenue of $4.2 million in 1989 to $150 million today. He has made mental health and substance use services accessible and affordable to residents of Kosciuszko County, and works collaboratively with business leaders to create and develop resources to better the community. Our Man of the Year never lets an opportunity for service pass. He has actively sought out ways to aid the community with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. In collaboration with the Kosciuszko County Health Department, he opened a COVID test site, which has now served about 17,000 individuals. He currently serves as the board chair for both the Housing for Hope and Warsaw Housing Authority. He is a leader of statewide initiatives to improve public policy towards serving the health needs of Hoosiers, and is part of both Indiana Hospital Association and Indiana Council. In the past, he has served on the Warsaw Community Development Corporation Board, as well as Kosciuszko Leadership Academy, and was recently elected into their Hall of Fame. He has served on the United Way Vision Council and has been involved with the Kosciuszko Chamber of Commerce throughout the years. This individual has devoted his entire career to improving the lives of those who suffer from mental health or substance use issues. One nominator said, quote, "He has been committed to stamping out the stigma that accompanies mental illness for decades. He has positively impacted over 30 counties in our state and leaves a legacy for the entire workforce at the Bowen Center. I'm so very grateful to have worked with him," end quote. Please help me welcome to the stage our 2021 Man of the Year, Kurt Carlson.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Again, reflecting some of the surprise and appreciation that we heard from previous award winners. This is totally unexpected and very much appreciated. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful career here working in Indiana for the past 37 years. And I so enjoy living in and working with this community in Kosciuszko County. So thank you one and all for all the partnerships, support, and help you've given Bowen Center and our patients. Thank you. Well, that concludes the award portion of our evening. So if we could just have one more round of applause for all of the award winners. On behalf of the Chamber of Board of Directors and staff, I would like to thank you for joining us tonight for our 110th Annual Chamber Award Ceremony. Again, congratulations to all the award recipients, and thank you for your contributions to the Kosciuszko County. I'd also like to thank Governor Eric Holcomb again for being our keynote speaker this evening. This event would not be possible without our generous sponsors. Thank you for your support. We'd also like to extend a special thanks to Next Extremity Solutions for hosting the evening and allowing us to enjoy your beautiful facility. And also to Kelly J's Lakeside for preparing a wonderful dinner. Additionally, we'd like to thank Jeff Snyder and the team from Mojo Events for running the audio and screen this evening, and Dream On Studios for live streaming the event. We are so glad that we were able to gather in person again this year to celebrate. Over the past 2 years, our community has shown great compassion and support towards one another, something I hope that follows us into 2022 and for many years to come. I'm looking forward to serving as the Chamber Board Chair this year and wish you all a happy and healthy, prosperous 2022. Before we close this evening, we hope to see you all at our annual golf outing on August the 17th. And in an effort to help you remember the date,
Anyone sitting at your table whose birthday is closest to August 17th gets to take the centerpiece home. So with that, please drive safely on your way home this evening. Thank you again for joining us, and good night.
Chase down a brand new adventure. Step up, step out, and enter in. There's no time for stalling. The wild, wild is calling. When you risk it all, you learn to feel alive. Searching for new life. Reaching for new heights. Into the daylight. So open your eyes. We're making the climb. Taking the dive. Deep into the wild. Our dreams on the horizon, our fears leave them behind us now. There's no time for